Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to solve exponential equations. So let's begin. Let me zoom in. So this is the first question you're going to have. Okay. Now, the question is that we need to solve the exponential equation 8 plus 5 to the power of x equals 1008. To solve an exponential equation, we have to use the log, okay? We'll start now. First, we need to isolate the 5 to the power of x. We need to isolate, like we isolate the variable when we solve a one variable equation. So, we subtract 8 from both sides. So it's going to be 5 to the power of x equals 1000. Now, of course, if we want to think about 5 to the power of how much give you 1000, it's not that easy. So all you need to do is put log to both sides. Log 5 to the power of x equals log 1000. The reason why we put log on both sides, so we can be able to take the variable and drag it down. So it's going to be x log 5 equals log 1000. Of course, we are using the power property. Now it's easy. Now we need to isolate x. So we divide both sides by log 5. And now log 5 cancels out with log 5. I'm left with x equals, now we need to do log 1000 divided by log 5. And the answer is 4.29. 4.29. And as you can see, the third choice is the answer. That is it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 2. Now we have a word problem, but it's almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing. Let me try to zoom in. Okay. Hope it's the best I can. Okay, the question is, hope you can see it. Let me move this down. So as a town gets smaller, the population of its high school decreases by 12% each year. The student body has 125 students now. In how many years will they have about 75 students? So he tells you to use the equation 75 equals, let's write it down, 75 equals 125 times 0.88 to the power of x to solve the problem, round to the nearest year. Now, the same thing, guys. We need to isolate the 0.88 to the power of x, just like we isolating the variable. So we divide both sides by 125. Now, 75 divided by 125 is 0.6. Equals, of course it cancels out, 0.88 to the power of x. Now we use the log on both sides, so it's going to be log 0.6 equals log 0.88 to the power of x. Why do we do that? So we can drag down the x. So it's going to be log 0.6. Let's do it so it will be easier. It's negative 0.2, hopefully, equals x times log 0.88. Okay? Now we divide both sides by log 0.88 and we will get the answer. So the log 0.88 cancels out, so x equals divided, so it's going to be negative 0.2 divided by log 0.88, and the answer is 3.6. So it's about 4 years. It's about 4 years. We will have about 75 students, which is a good thing. Question 3. So in this case, it tells you to graph it solve it by graphing. Just solve it the normal way, the way I just taught you. Let's do it. We're gonna use the log to solve it. So we have 5 to the power of 3x equals 2.6. Again, you do log to both sides, so it's gonna be log 5 to the power of 3x equals log 2.6. You drag down the 3x, so it's going to be 3 times x times log 5 equals log 2.6. We're going to check it, so log 2.6, it's about 0.4. Now, we need to isolate x, of course, so we divide by 3 log 5, we divide by 3 log 5. So, the 3 log 5 cancels out with the log 5, 3 cancels out with the 3, so x equals divided 0.4 divided by 3 log 5. It's 0.19. 0.19? Yeah. 0.19. Of course, we need to round it, so it's going to be 2.2. That's the answer. Question 4. The same thing, guys. Let's solve it. Let me zoom it first. Yeah. We have 12x to the power of x minus 2 equals 20. So it's already isolated, so we put log 12 to the power of x minus 2 equals 20, log 20. We drag down the x minus 2. Of course, the x minus 2 has to be in parentheses this time. Times log 12 equals log 20. We can find out how much log 12 is. Log 12 is 1.07. So we can put 1.07x because we multiply times x, and then we multiply times -2. Times -2, it's gonna be times -2. It's gonna be -2.15. -2.15. Okay. Equals log 20. Log 20 is 1.3. Now, of course, we add 2.15, so we can isolate x. So, plus 2.15, it's going to be 3.4, about 3.45, equals 1.07x. Now we divide both sides by 1.07x by 1.07x, and let's divide it. 07, it's going to be 3.2. So the answer would be x equals 3.2. Without the x, sorry. By 1.07. 3.2. This will be the answer. The last one. As you can see, it's the same steps, guys. There's no huge difference. It's always the same steps. You can know it. Now, this is another word problem. Let's zoom in so we can solve it. We have a car that originally cost $20,000, depreciates in value by 15% each year. In about how many years will the car be worth half its value? So we need half of the value, which is $10,000. We need to use that formula, and so you can solve it. The same thing. We have Oh, need to go here. So we have the equation is $10,000 equals $20,000 times 0.85 to the power of x. Again, guys, we need to isolate this, the 0.85 to the power of x. So we divide both sides by how much? By $20,000. Of course, it's going to be here 1/2 equals 0.85 to the power of x. Now we need to drag down x. The way we drag down x is by using log to both sides. Log 2.85 to the power of x. The log 1/2 is -0.3, so -0.3 equals, and we drag down the x, the log 0.85. Now we divide both sides by log 0.85, so we can isolate x by log 0.85. So we divide it by log 0.85. So it's going to be 4.2. So 4.2, of course here the log cancels out with the log, equals 4.2. So after how many years? About, if we want to round it, it's due 4 years. Let's go to the next one. Same thing, guys. It's the same one that we solved, so I'm not going to solve it again. I don't know what's the answer. Don't think that it's the answer. This is the same thing, guys. The same question. You need to use the equation and solve it. Another one is the same. Let's solve this one. So we have 9 to the power of 2x equals 66. We need to drag down 2x. The way we drag it down is by putting log on both of them. So it's going to be log 66. Now we drag down the 2x, so it's going to be 2x times log 9 equals log 66. Now we need to isolate x, so we divide by the 2 log 9 and by the 2 log 9. So log 9 cancels out with log 9, the 2 cancels out with the 2. I'm left with x equals, let's see it. So log 66 divided by 2 times by 2 log 2. The answer is 3.0. Let me see. 1.811. 2 log 2. It says 2 log. It's not 2 log 2, it's 2 log 9, sorry. It's 2 log 9. So if one of it's gonna be log 66 divided by 2 log 9. So 0.9 the answer, which is 0.95, which is the first one. Okay. Now we go to the next one. The same thing. I'll solve this one as the last. It's gonna be the same. Let's solve this one as the last. I'll zoom it first as much as I can. Okay. Now we need to use the same thing by solving 200,000 equals 158,000 times 1.06 to the power of x. So the same thing, guys, we need to isolate this term, or this expression. We divide both sides by 158,000 by 158,000. Okay? So it's going to be 200,000 divided by 158,000. It's going to be 1.27 So 1.26 equals, cancels out 1.06 to the power of x. Now we put log on both sides, so it's going to be log 1.26 equals log 1.06 to the power of x. Log 1.2x is going to be 0.10, so let's put 0.1 equals x times log 1.06. Now we divide both, we need to isolate x. X is here, so we need to cancel the log 1.06. Also here, the log 1.06. Cancels out. I'm left with x equals, now we need to put 0.1 divided by log 1.06. And it's 4.0, so it's about 4 years. Okay. So it's about 4 years. Last one. It's the same thing, we don't have to solve it. Remember, we need to isolate the 2 to the power of x. So put log already isolated, so we don't have to do anything. And we continue and we drag down. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Have a wonderful day. Please make sure, guys, focus, pay attention, do your best. Good luck. Be safe.